Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets. Get ready for a whirlwind tour of what's buzzing in the tech world. We're talking about everything from AI gone wild to the latest gadget durability tests and some crucial info to keep your digital life safe.
Absolutely. It's been quite a week with some truly surprising developments, a few head-scratchers, and yeah, even some things that might make you think twice about how you interact with your devices.
So you've shared a stack of recent tech news, and our mission today is to unpack the most interesting bits, explain what they mean for you, and hopefully spark a few aha moments along the way. Let's kick things off with AI because it feels like every day there's a new development, right?
Oh, definitely. Constantly.
And this week, Elon Musk's XAI definitely grabbed headlines with Grok Imagine. What's the deal with this new generative AI tool, especially its spicy mode?
Right, Grok Imagine. It's XAI's new image and video generator. It's for paid subscribers. And what's really fascinating here, is how it leans into generating spicy or NSFW content.
Leans into it.
Yeah, unlike rivals like Google's VO3 or OpenAI's Sora, which actively try to block that stuff, Grok Imagine seems to, actively direct the AI to spit out nudity and sexualized material.
So it's not just that it can generate it if you really push it, it's that it kind of encourages it. That's quite a contrast.
Exactly. It's a deliberate feature, it seems.
And how does it actually stack up against other video generation tools? Is it, comparable quality?
Well, it creates 15-second videos with audio from text prompts.
Yeah.
But here's the key thing. It's image to video.
Image to video, meaning?
Meaning you generate or upload an image first, then you animate it. It's not like Google's VO3 or OpenAI's Sora, which can generate video directly from a text prompt.
Ah, okay. Different process.
Right. And initial tests suggest Grok Imagine lags behind in visual quality compared to those others, but it's notably faster at producing content.
Faster, okay.
Yeah. Elon Musk himself called it a meme motherlode, apparently, and they reported something like 34 million images generated in just a few days. So speed and fewer guardrails seem to be the focus.
Interesting strategy. Okay, so from spicy content generated by AI, let's pivot to something much more serious. AI making medical errors. There's a concerning story about Google's healthcare AI, MedGemini. What happened there?
Yeah, this one really raises an important question about the risks of AI in critical fields. So Google's MedGemini model, it's designed to help doctors, right? Analyzing radiology reports, things like that.
Right.
Well, it apparently made up a body part. In a research paper, it diagnosed a problem with a basilar ganglia.
What now?
Exactly. It doesn't exist. It should have been basal ganglia. It's a small difference in name, but biologically significant.
Wow.
And what's maybe more concerning is that after an expert flagged this, Google apparently just quietly edited their blog post, no public acknowledgement.
Yeah.
And the paper itself, last I heard, still contains the error.
Still has the error. That's genuinely terrifying. You'd hope a human doctor would catch something like that, but still, that's a huge potential margin for error.
It really highlights the problem of AI hallucinations, as they call them, especially in these really high-stakes environments where a mistake isn't just inconvenient, it could be dangerous.
Absolutely. Okay, speaking of big tech and AI, Apple has been, seen as lagging a bit in the AI race. What's their latest strategy? I heard something about an answers engine.
Yeah, Apple has admittedly been playing catch-up. They have Apple Intelligence for iPhones, like that adaptive power mode to extend battery life that was only on the newer iPhone 15 Pro and the upcoming 16 models.
Right.
But now they're reportedly working on this Answers engine. There's a new internal team apparently called Answers, Knowledge, and Information.
Catchy name. Hey, yeah.
But it's a direct play to compete with tools like ChatGPT, which is particularly interesting, given their huge, $20 billion a year deal with Google to be the default search engine on Apple devices.
Oh, right. That deal.
Exactly. And there's that ongoing antitrust lawsuit against Google, too, which probably put some pressure on that whole relationship. So maybe Apple's looking for more independence there.
So potentially more competition coming to the search space. That could be good. And ChatGPT itself is getting some updates, including nudges for user well-being. What's that about?
Yes, OpenAI is rolling out some new features. For instance, if you're spending a really long time in one conversation, the bot might prompt you to take a break.
Like a digital nudge.
Sort of. They're also trying to address the sycophancy problem. That's where the AI just kind of agrees too much with whatever the user says, affirms their beliefs.
Oh, I can see how that could be an issue.
Yeah, and they're trying to be more careful, more judicious about giving advice on really big life decisions relationship stuff, things like that. It reflects this growing scrutiny over, the mental health effects and also the privacy concern.
Privacy, yeah. Didn't they have an issue with conversations showing up in search?
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
Deeply personal conversations accidentally showing up in Google search results. They pulled that feature pretty quickly. It just shows how sensitive this stuff is when you trust an AI with personal information.
Definitely. Okay, and yet another AI controversy involves Perplexity. Something about stealth crawling. And Cloudflare is upset. What's going on?
This is a fascinating one. So Cloudflare, the big internet infrastructure company,
Yep.
they claim Perplexity's AI bots are stealth crawling websites, basically going places they've been explicitly told not to go.
How? Like ignoring the do not enter signs.
Kind of. Websites use things like robots.txt files or firewall rules to block certain bots. Cloudflare alleges that when Perplexity's bots get blocked, they change their digital ID, the user agent, to pretend they're just like Google Chrome running on a Mac.
Oh, sneaky.
And they rotate their IP addresses, too, to get around the blocks. Cloudflare CEOs have been really outspoken about it, saying it's bypassing how the internet is supposed to work. They even delisted Perplexity as a verified bot and are rolling out ways to block this specific behavior.
And Perplexity's response.
They called it a publicity stunt. So, bit of a he said, she said, but Cloudflare laid out some pretty specific and technical details.
One to watch. Okay, let's switch gears from software and AI to actual hardware. Foldable phones. Still a hot topic. We've seen lots of durability tests. How did the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Flip 7 hold up in recent ones?
Right, the bendy phones. Well, Samsung's latest are proving to be surprisingly resilient, actually. There was this YouTuber who folded and unfolded the Galaxy Z Fold 7 like 150,000 times by hand.
150,000. My thumb hurts just thinking about it.
Mine too. But the phone was apparently still working fine. Their goal was 200,000 folds. And the Galaxy Z Flip 7 also passed a bend test, even when bent the wrong way, which is impressive.
Okay, so the hinges are getting stronger. What about the screens? That's always been the worry.
That's still the caveat. The inner screens on both, they still show scratches at a level 2 on the Mohs hardness scale.
Level 2, what does that mean in practical terms?
It means they're quite soft. Even a fingernail could potentially leave a mark. It's much softer than the glass on a regular smartphone. So, yeah, the hinge is tough, but you still need to be careful with that inner display. It's not a new problem for foldables, but it's still there.
Got it. Physically strong, but handle that inner screen with care. And what about Apple? They've been famously, let's say, deliberate about entering the foldable market. Any updates there?
Deliberate is a good word. Apple's definitely playing the long game. Well, pretty much every major Android maker has foldables out. Apple isn't expected to launch an iPhone Fold until 2026, probably part of the iPhone 18 series.
2026, wow. Still a ways off.
Yeah, and their larger foldable iPad, that was initially rumored for 2026, but now reports say it's delayed even further, maybe to 2028.
2020.
It's classic Apple, right? They wait, they observe the market, see what works and what doesn't, and then they aim to launch something more refined, something they brand as, revolutionary, like they did with the iPad or the Apple Watch.
True. Wait and polish. Okay, speaking of future tech, let's look ahead to Samsung's next flagship, the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Particularly its camera. What's the buzz?
The S26 Ultra is tipped for a pretty major camera upgrade, specifically a larger aperture f1.4.
f1.4. What does that mean for picture quality?
Basically, it means the lens can open wider to let in more light. So big improvements for low-light photos, better performance indoors or at night. And it also creates a shallower depth of field, which gives you that nice blurry background effect, a bokeh, especially in portraits.
Okay, sounds good. Any changes to the sensor itself?
That's the interesting part. It's expected to actually retain the same 200-megapixel sensor, the ISOCELL HP2, that they've used since the S23 Ultra.
The same sensor again.
Exactly.
No.
It prompts the question, is Samsung maybe relying a bit too heavily on AI and software processing over actual hardware innovation in the sensor department? It's a trade-off.
Interesting point. And what about a smaller but maybe significant quality of life improvement for the S26? Something about mobile payments.
Yes. This could actually make a difference in daily use. Samsung is reportedly planning to add a new NFC antenna near the top of the Galaxy S26.
The top. Why is that important?
Well, current Samsung phones usually have just one NFC coil, often located below the camera bump. This can make tapping to pay a bit awkward sometimes. You have to find just the right spot.
Yeah, I've definitely fumbled with that.
Right. Other Android phones often have multiple NFC points, and iPhones just need you to tap the top half. So adding an antenna at the top should make NFC payments much smoother, more intuitive, like how it works on iPhones. More convenient for you.
Nice. A small change, but a welcome one. Okay, from shiny new gadgets to something much more serious, affecting everyone. Online security. We heard about a dangerous new malware called PXA Stealer. What do we need to know to stay safe?
This is really critical info for everyone listening. PXA Stealer malware has already stolen, reportedly, over 200,000 passwords, credit card details, other autofill data.
Wow.
Yeah, from browsers, crypto wallets, apps like Discord. And it's dangerous because of how it spreads. Hackers are sideloading it,
Sideloading.
meaning they're hiding it inside legitimate-looking software. Things like a free PDF reader, maybe HiHiSoft PDF reader, or even older Microsoft Word executables. These often get distributed through phishing sites or dodgy email attachments.
So it looks legit, but it's not.
Exactly. And once your system is infected, it digs itself in using the Windows registry, so it runs every time you start up. It downloads more malicious stuff from file-sharing sites, and then it sends all your stolen data passwords, credit cards, everything via Telegram back to the hackers, who then sell it on the dark web.
That's terrifyingly efficient. So what can listeners do right now to protect themselves? What are the key steps?
Okay, the absolute key takeaway is extreme caution. First, links in emails. Never just click. Always hover your mouse over the link first to see the actual web address it's going to. If you don't recognize it, if it looks weird, just don't click it.
Check before you click. Got it.
Second, email attachments. Be incredibly wary, especially if it's from someone you don't know. If you weren't expecting an attachment, don't open it. Third, and this is a big one, avoid storing sensitive info like passwords or credit card numbers directly in your browser's autofill feature.
Really? But it's so convenient.
It is convenient, but it's also a prime target for malware like this. Instead, use a dedicated password manager. They're designed specifically to store this stuff securely. It's a much safer bet.
Good advice. Use a password manager. And it seems even the tools designed to protect us are being turned against us. Hackers hijacking link wrapping services. How does that work?
Yeah, this is a clever kind of insidious tactic. Hackers are abusing legitimate email security services like Proofpoint or Intermedia. These services normally work by rewriting URLs in your emails. They point them to a trusted domain first, scan the destination for threats, and then send you there. It's meant to protect you.
Okay, sounds like a good idea.
It is, usually. But attackers have figured out how to compromise accounts within these security services. Then they use those compromised trusted accounts to send out emails containing laundered links.
Laundered links?
Yeah, links that use the security services wrapper, making them look safe. But they actually redirect you to sophisticated phishing pages designed to steal your logins, often for Microsoft 365 accounts.
So the security wrapper makes the scam more believable.
Exactly. It disguises the malicious site with the appearance of legitimate email protection, making it much harder for you, the potential victim, to spot the danger.
Yikes. Okay, and finally, let's touch on a big privacy topic, especially relevant for our listeners in the UK, the new Online Safety Act and age verification. What are the main concerns here for everyday users?
Right. The UK's Online Safety Act, it kicked in July 25th, and it requires age verification for accessing adult content online. But it's also increasingly being applied to certain communities on social media platforms, think NSFW subreddits, or content related to alcohol or gambling on places like Reddit.
And how do they verify age?
Various methods are being used. Mobile network operator checks, facial age estimation where you take a selfie and AI tries to guess your age, or uploading scans of government-issued ID. Reddit, for example, uses a third party called Persona that asks for a selfie or ID.
Facial estimation or ID scans sounds like a privacy nightmare.
That's exactly the big concern. Privacy and cybersecurity risks. You're handing over really sensitive personal data selfies, copies of your driver's license or passport to these third-party verification companies, some of which might not even be based in the UK.
Creating a treasure trove for hackers, as someone put it.
Precisely. It significantly increases the risk of data breaches and identity theft if those verification companies get hacked. There's a lot of resistance. Many UK users are apparently turning to VPNs to try and bypass these checks. And privacy advocates are really worried, calling the law a potential disaster waiting to happen. It forces users into a tough spot between accessing content and protecting their personal data.
Wow, that's definitely a lot to consider for staying safe and private online. Okay, before we wrap up, let's do a few quick-fire tech bites from the news you shared. First up, those old googlegoo.gl short links. What's happening there? Are they all breaking?
Good news, mostly. Millions of old goo.gl links will break after August 25th, but Google actually walked back its plan to kill all of them. If a link is still being actively used, they plan to preserve it.
Oh, okay. So how do you know if yours is safe?
You know, the easiest way is just to plug it into your browser. If it redirects straight to the intended web page, you're good to go. If it doesn't work, well then it's likely one of the ones being deprecated.
Good to know for anyone still relying on those old short links. All right, next up, Starlink. There's a new community option. What's that?
Yeah, SpaceX is rolling out something called Starlink Community. It essentially allows multiple subscribers in close proximity to share access to a single Starlink satellite dish. The fee is lower, around $60 per month per user, but each person still needs their own Wi-Fi router connected to the shared dish setup.
Interesting. So aimed at apartment buildings or something.
Seems like it. Places like apartment complexes, maybe shared housing, or areas that just don't have good traditional high-speed broadband options. It makes Starlink potentially more affordable for people in those multi-dwelling situations.
Makes sense for shared living spaces. And finally, a heads up for streamers. A popular service is getting pricier.
Yep, Spotify is raising its premium subscription price in many countries globally. The U.S. isn't affected yet, but in a lot of places it's going up by about €1 or £1 per month, depending on the plan.
Any reason given.
The official line is it's to continue to innovate on our product offerings and features. Basically, they're saying they need the extra revenue to keep developing the service, adding things like maybe better audio quality or more features. It's part of a trend we're seeing across streaming services.
Got it. Thanks for the heads up. And that's our bite-sized tech summary for today. We covered everything from AI's controversial new features and pretty critical errors to the surprising durability of foldable phones and some vital tips for protecting your digital privacy.
It really is a reminder that while tech constantly evolves, staying informed and aware both of the cool innovations and the potential risks is more important than ever for all of us. You have to navigate it carefully.
Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.